Another eerie thing I want to talk about, and could have Xana been saved? When Dylan went downstairs to Bethany's room at 4:24, she saw Xana on the floor. That would have been my cue to call 911 right then and there. Like, I know we're not supposed to say what we would have done in that situation because we don't know. But that, to me, would have been my trigger to call 911 or text or whatever. However ways you can call 911, I would have done that. But I'm not saying this to pass any kind of like judgment on her. Well, I kind of am, but not in the mean way, I guess, because she was freaking out, and it was apparent that she was freaking out based on her text to Bethany. But she was freaking out. Do I think it's suspicious still? Yes. Do I think... But again, we can't put ourselves in that situation until we're in that situation. But the fact of the matter is, Xana was on the floor. Dylan saw her. And I mentioned a video back not long ago that what I thought whenever she ran down the stairs, when she left her bedroom to go downstairs to Bethany's room, when she's standing at the foot of the stairs, she can see down the hallway. She can. And at the time when I made that video, I wasn't sure if she booted downstairs without looking, but it was confirmed in the recent documents that she did in fact look, and she did see Xana. I would have called 911 right then and there, guys. I just feel so strongly on that. At least when I got down to Bethany's room, I would have called. Fuck. What Dylan and Bethany went through that night, I know half of you or 70% of you think what they did is suspicious, and you all think ill of her and whatever, but I just don't. I do think everything's suspicious until we find out like the actual truth on really what transpired that night between the time that she allegedly saw somebody with a ski mask. Oh, there he is at the window. He found me. What she saw, when she saw the masked guy, to the time that they actually called 911, like what was going on through their minds, like until we know a bunch of things now, like we know a bunch, we know more than what we ever did, and at the same time we know nothing. You know, little tidbits are coming out, pieces of the puzzles are being placed together, and whatnot, but we don't know everything yet. There's so much we don't know, and we will get to it. But in the meantime, it's all a guessing game still, and we need to understand or empathize with Dylan and Bethany with what they went through. However, again, my question is, would Xana have survived, or was she already gone at that time that Dylan saw her? Because there is talk that there was internal bleeding on two of the victims. I strongly believe Xana being one. And so was she gone then? Could she have been saved? That's the question. And it's a heartbreaking one because she could have, perhaps. We don't know. We really don't know. And it's too late to judge now because Well, 911 was called 8 hours later. She could have made it, maybe. I don't know. We don't know the severity of the wounds and everything and all of that. So, it's really heartbreaking to think about, you guys. But the guilt that Dylan must feel for that, just for that specific little part, you know, everybody's harping on her about not calling 911 and, you know, how suspicious it is. And so am I. I'm guilty of it. But at the same time, if I really think about it and if everybody else thinks about it, imagine the guilt she feels for herself for that and not calling and whatever. Imagine the guilt she feels, like survivor's guilt or whatever. Like, I know a lot of people are going to disagree and say, oh, no, but I wish some of you would change your tone on that. And, you know, but I can't fault you guys for thinking what you guys are going to think. It is what it is. And as I said in the previous video, everything happens for a reason, but it just sucks. It just fucking sucks.